Hello everyone, this is Ram and today we're going to discuss inverse function. Okay, so in inverse function, a function is an inverse if and only if it has a one-to-one function. Okay, so ibig sabihin, pag nag-partner kayo ng isang ordered pairs or other parts, dapat one-to-one lang siya. Okay, so tell whether the given below is a one-to-one function. Alin daw sa dalawa ang one-to-one function? Okay, so pagdating sa inverse class, you have to see the f of x or the y values. Unlike before, in our function or relation, we have to see our x values. Pero ngayon dito, you're going to see your y values, okay, or the f of x. Kapag sa f of x nyo ay walang mga naulit na value, that's the time na one-to-one siya. Okay? As you can see, in this our first table, negative 1, 2, negative 3, negative 4, walang naulit na value dyan. So, ibig sabihin, this is an example of one-to-one function. And unlike this one, so negative 2, naulit siya pareho, at negative 1, naulit din. So, this is not an example of a one-to-one function. That's using a table of values. So, you have to see your f of x or the y values if may naulit. Kapag may naulit, that is not an one-to-one function. So dito, as you can see, this one is a one-to-one function since isa lang yung mga pinuntahan ng arrow sa kabila. Unlike this one, may pumuntang dalawa dun sa isang numbers. So ilang yung titingnan nyo kailangan walang mauulit dito sa ating y values. Okay? Pagdating naman sa ating ordered pair, so you have to see your y values. Dito ang y values is 1, 2, 4, 6. Dito naman ay 5, 5, 7, 3. So as you can see in our set number 2, dalawa yung 5 na y values. Sabi sabihin, this is not example of one-to-one function. F of x na first is our example of one-to-one function. Kasi ang y values ay hindi na ulit. Okay. Now, how to get the inverse of diagram set of ordered pairs and table? So, simply interchange the position of x values and y values. Okay, para makuha mo yung inverse. X values become the y values and y values become the x values. So, nagpapalit na talaga na sila ng position. So, the inverse of table of values such this is 1. So, 3, 2, 1, 0 is negative 5, 2, negative 6, 1. So, pagdating sa inverse niyan, lahat ng nasa f of x mapupunta sa x. Or lahat ng y values magiging x values. At lahat naman ng x values nagiging y values. So, palitan na talaga sila ng position. Another one example. So, we have x equals to 5, 3, negative 1, and negative 1. F of x is 4, 5, 6, 7. So, nagpalitan ng pwesto. Yung mga y values, naging x siya dito sa inverse. And yung ating mga x values, naging y values siya dito sa inverse. Okay. So, pag ordered pairs naman, pagpapalitin mo lang ng pwesto yan. So, A1, B2, C3, D4. So, lahat ng A, B, C, D or our X values magiging Y values inverse. So, mangyari sa kanya, so 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D. Okay, so ganun kasimple. When it comes to tables and ordered pairs, ganyan lang siya kasimple. Now, pagdating sa graph, we have to use horizontal line test, okay, para malaman natin kung siya ay one-to-one function. Okay? So, horizontal line test is a method that we can use to determine if a function is one-to-one function. This means that if for every y value the function, there is only one unique x value. So, sabihin tig-isang partner lang. Okay. So, paggawa ko ng horizontal line test dito, so this is an example of a one-to-one function if you're going to use a horizontal line test. So, drawing ka lang ng line, dapat isang point lang ang tatamaan. Ito, pa nag-drawing tayo ng horizontal line dito, as you can see, may dalawang point na tatamaan circle. So, this is not an example of one-to-one function graph. Okay? So, this is an example of one-to-one function graph also if you're going to draw a horizontal line test. So, pa nag-drawing ka, isang point lang yan. So, how about to solve for an inverse of a function? So, step number 1, you have to change f of x to y. Then, interchange the position of x and y, and then solve for y. Okay, for example, we have f of x equals to x minus 1. So, change the f of x to y. So, we are going to have y equals to 2x minus 1. Then, after that, interchange position of x and y. So, lahat ng x, palitan mo ng y, and lahat ng y, palitan mo ng x. So, we're going to have x equals to 2y minus 1. And then, transpose negative 1 to the left kasi we have to solve for y. So, pag nilipat ko to sa left, that will be x equals x plus 1 equals to y. And then, divide both sides by 2. You're going to have, okay, x plus 1 over 2. Now, f raised to negative 1 of x is just the inverse form of f of x. So, pag nagdi-denote tayo ng inverse, we can use the symbol. Okay? So, that's how you're going to get the inverse of an equation. Okay, so, simple as that. Okay, so all you have to do is to change f of x to y, interchange the position of x and y. So, lahat ng x magiging y, lahat ng y magiging x. Then after that, solve for y. So, lipat mo yung negative 1 sa kabila. That will become positive 1. Divide both sides by 2. So, magiging y na lang to. Pero, di ba, pag inverse, we can use f raised to negative 1 of x. And then, copy lang natin na iwan dito, which is x plus 1 over 2. So, simple as that. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you again for another next video. See you!